Okay, this is a review of adding integers with fractions and mixed numbers. I'm going to start with number 8 on the worksheet. And number 8 says 7, 6 minus 5, 6. Remember our rule, keep it, change it, change it. The signs are different, so we're going to subtract. The bottom numbers are the same, or the denominators are the same, so we can go ahead and follow our order of operations. So 7 minus 5 would be 2 over 6. Then the question always with fractions is, can I leave it like this? No. What can I get out of a 2 and a 6? A 2. How many 2's can you get out of 2? 1. How many 2's can you get out of 6? 3. So my ultimate answer is 1/3. Okay? Let's look at number 10. Number 10 says 1/3 minus a negative 5/3. Now the bottom numbers of the denominators are the same, so I just follow my rule. Keep it, change it, change it. Now the signs are the same because I don't write positive, so we know this is positive and this is positive. So 5 plus 1 is 6 over 3. This is improper. I cannot leave a large number on top of a small number. How many 3's can I get out of 6? 2. And there's nothing left over, so I don't need a fraction if there's nothing left over. Let's look at number 12. Number 12 says negative 10 over 7 plus 1/6. Well, the first thing I see here is I have a problem because the bottom numbers are not the same. So I need to count by 7 and 6 until I find the least common multiple. Now if I count by these numbers, I know that I'm going to find 42. I cannot think of anything else smaller when I'm counting by 6 and 7, so I'm going to use 42. Then I have to ask myself, how did I get from 7 to 42? I multiplied by 6. If I do it to the top, I have to do it to the bottom. Now make sure you don't lose your negative sign, minus 60. How did I get from 6 to 42? I multiply by 7. If I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. 7 times 1 is 7. The signs are different, so I subtract. This is an addition problem, so I don't do keep it, change it, change it. We only do that with subtraction. And so 60 minus 7 would give me a negative 53 over 42. Make sure you don't lose that negative sign. Cannot leave a numerator larger than a denominator. So how many 42's can I get out of 53? My answer would be 1. Let's don't lose that negative sign. Then how many would be left over? So that would be 1, and then 1 and 11. 11 over 42. How many 42 is going to get out of 53? 1 with 11 left over. Okay, let's look at number 14. 2 minus 13 over 8. Well, the first thing I see is this doesn't even have a denominator. So we know we can put a 1 under there, right? So if we count by 1 and 8, we know that 8 is going to be our common denominator. Come up here, and how do I get from a 1 to an 8? Multiply by 8, making this a 16. Nothing changes over here because this is already an 8. Keep it, change it, change it. The signs are different, so you subtract. 16 minus 3 is, of course, 3. 8. The sign of the larger number is positive. I do not have to write positive numbers, positive signs in front of numbers, so that is my answer. Okay, I'm going to move on to number 18. Number 18. Number 18 says negative 3 and 3/5 minus 4 and 2/5. So it's keep it, change it, change it. So the signs are the same, so we add. If I owe the bank $3 and I go spend $4 more, I owe the bank a -7. 3 plus 2 is 5 over 5. I cannot leave this like this. How many 5s can I get out of 5? 1. So if I have a 1 here and a 7 here, that's going to give me a -8. Okay, let's go down and let's look at number 24. Number 24 says a -2/7/8 plus a -1.5. Now this is addition, so I don't do keep it, change it, change it. The signs are the same, so we know we're going to add. The problem is the denominators. So I've got to count by an 8 and a 2. If I count by 2, I'm going to find an 8. So the only one that's going to change is the 2. This is going to stay the same. How do I get from a 2 to an 8? I multiply by 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Do not lose these whole numbers. Okay? So 2 and 1 makes a -3. 7 and 4 makes 11 over 8. Now I cannot leave a large numerator on top of a denominator. So how many 8s can I get out of 11? 1. And that would give me 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 left over. I can't just throw this away. I've got to add it to this number here. So the 3 and the 1, now don't lose your negative sign, gives me, let's put the answer up here, we can see it, -4. And 1 plus, 3 eighths. So we said there were 3 left over. And that is our ultimate answer. Okay, I'm going to work a couple more, and then I'm going to let you work some by yourself. Number 26. Number 26 says a -3 5/8 minus 4 2/5. Well, first off, let's go keep it, change it, change it. So the signs are the same, so we're going to add. The problem is our bottom numbers are not the same. They have to be the same. The denominators have to be the same. So we've got to count by the 8 and the 5. And I know if I count out here, I'm going to find a 40. So my common denominator is going to be 40. How did I get from it? Times 5. If you do it to the denominator, you have to do it to the numerator. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 8 is 40. So 2 times 8, is 16. Do not lose these whole numbers. They are still there. They did not go away. Let's add our whole numbers first. -3 and a -4 makes us a -7. 25 plus 16, that's 11. Carry your 1, 2, 3, 41 over 40. I cannot have a numerator that is larger than a denominator. So how many 40s can I get out of 41? 1, with 1 left over. I can't just throw this away, and I can't throw this 7 away. I have to put it together. So 7 and a 1 makes an 8 and 1 over 40. Because this changed to that. Okay, so my ultimate answer is -8 and 140. Alright, I'm going to work number 28. And this will be the last one that I'll work. I'll work and let you work some on your own, and you can use these examples that I have worked. 2 4/5 minus 5/8. Alright, so keep it, change it, change it. The signs are different. So we're going to subtract. We can't subtract until the bottom number is the same. In the previous example, we know that it's 40. So 4 times 8 would be 32, and 5 times 5 would be 25. So we know we're going to subtract. So that would be 7 over 40, and then let's don't throw our whole number away. And this time, this is not larger, so that would be our answer there. Okay. Alright, so you worked on the ones I did not work. Maybe work the odds since I worked on the evens. And if you need any help, just let me know.